People often notice it in small moments, someone whispering while walking, muttering under their breath while working, or quietly talking to themselves when they think no one is listening. Most people immediately label it as strange. Some assume it's a sign of loneliness. Others think it means someone is unstable or disconnected from reality. But psychology tells a very different story. Talking to yourself is not rare. It is not a disorder. And in many cases, it is not a weakness. In fact, self-talk is one of the most common mental tools humans use to organize thoughts, regulate emotions, and make sense of the world. From early childhood, humans learn through language. At first, we speak out loud to understand what we are doing. Over time, most of that speech moves inward. It becomes silent, internal. But for some people, that inner dialogue does not stay completely silent. And there are reasons for that. One of the main reasons people talk to themselves is cognitive clarity. Thoughts can be messy when they stay trapped in the mind. They overlap, they interrupt each other, they blur together. When spoken out loud, thoughts slow down, they become structured, they take shape. Psychologically, speaking externalizes thinking. It allows the brain to process information step by step instead of all at once. This is why people often talk to themselves when solving problems, when planning, when making decisions. It is not confusion, it is organization. People who talk to themselves are often trying to reduce mental noise. They are creating order in their thinking. Another reason self-talk appears is emotional regulation. Emotions do not always come with clear explanations. Anxiety arrives without warning. Anger spikes without logic. Sadness lingers without a name. Talking to oneself becomes a way to label emotions, to calm them, to guide them. Phrases like "it's okay" or "slow down" or "you've handled worse" are not signs of instability. They are coping mechanisms. Psychology shows that self-directed speech can lower stress responses. It helps the nervous system shift from reaction to regulation. In moments of pressure, people who talk to themselves are often doing what therapists teach others to do internally. They are coaching themselves through difficulty. Self-talk is also closely linked to self-awareness. People who reflect deeply tend to narrate their experiences more. They analyze actions, they replay conversations, they question motives. Talking out loud becomes an extension of that reflection. This does not mean they are disconnected from others. It means they have a strong internal relationship with themselves. They are used to examining thoughts instead of ignoring them. Another important factor is social independence. People who rely heavily on others to process experiences tend to think out loud in conversation. They talk through problems with friends. They verbalize feelings socially. People who talk to themselves often do the same processing alone. They do not always need an audience. This does not mean they reject connection. It means they do not depend on it for mental clarity. In many cases, self-talk replaces external validation. Instead of asking someone else for reassurance, they give it to themselves. This can be a sign of emotional self-sufficiency. Contrary to popular belief, talking to oneself is not linked to low intelligence. Research suggests the opposite. Studies show that verbalizing thoughts can improve focus, memory, and performance on complex tasks. Athletes do it. Students do it. Writers do it. Problem solvers do it. It helps the brain stay anchored in the present task. Another overlooked reason people talk to themselves is habit. Some people grow up in environments where verbal expression is encouraged. Others spend long periods alone. Others simply discover early that speaking helps them think. Over time, the behavior becomes natural, automatic. It does not feel strange to them, even if it looks unusual from the outside. There is also an important distinction to make. Healthy self-talk is different from disorganized speech. It is controlled, purposeful, context-appropriate. The person is aware they are talking to themselves. They are not confused about reality. This is not psychosis. It is not delusion. It is communication directed inward, expressed outward. Unfortunately, society often misunderstands this. People are quick to label behaviors that fall outside social norms. Quiet reflection is praised. Visible reflection is judged. Talking to oneself violates an unspoken rule. Thinking is supposed to be invisible. When it becomes visible, people become uncomfortable. But discomfort does not equal dysfunction. Another reason self-talk persists into adulthood is creativity. Creative minds often narrate ideas as they form. They test phrases out loud. They explore possibilities through speech. Talking helps ideas evolve. This is why writers, artists, and designers are often observed speaking to themselves while working. They are shaping thought through sound. Self-talk can also act as a companion during solitude. Not everyone experiences solitude as empty. Some experience it as space. Talking to oneself fills that space with continuity. It creates a sense of presence without needing another person. This does not mean the person is lonely. It means they are comfortable occupying their own mental world. People who are uncomfortable with themselves tend to avoid silence. People who are comfortable with themselves tend to fill silence intentionally. Another key aspect is control. In chaotic environments, self-talk can restore a sense of agency. It reminds the person they are still directing their actions, still thinking, still choosing. This is especially common in people who have experienced uncertainty or instability. Talking to oneself becomes grounding. It is important to understand that not all self-talk sounds positive. Sometimes people criticize themselves out loud. They express frustration. They replay mistakes. This does not mean self-talk is harmful by default. It means the content matters. Negative self-talk can reinforce stress. Supportive self-talk can reduce it. The behavior itself is neutral. The tone determines its impact. Many people are unaware they already talk to themselves internally all day long. They just do it silently. The difference is volume, not presence. People who speak it out loud are not doing something different. They are doing something visible. Psychology does not classify self-talk as abnormal. It classifies it as human. The brain is designed to use language to navigate reality. Sometimes that language stays inside, sometimes it doesn't. What matters is whether the behavior helps or harms the person. For many it helps. It helps them think clearly. It helps them stay calm. It helps them feel grounded. So when you see someone talking to themselves, the correct assumption is not dysfunction. More often than not, it is self-management. It is someone working through thoughts without an audience, someone guiding themselves through the moment. Someone using language as a tool, not a signal. Talking to yourself does not mean you are alone. It means you are present. And in a world that rarely slows down, presence is not a flaw. It is a skill.